What is up, guys? Dragonball Black here, and today I have another epic fusions video for you. This time we have Super Saiyan Ichigo, and I kind of have a story for it, but mainly just kind of some differences and some cool unique things that I kind of missed out on being able to tell you guys during my Trunks Hollow video, and so I wanted to go ahead and bring this up. Obviously I did that video, so I wanted to go ahead and return the favor and give Ichigo his time to shine as a Super Saiyan. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So essentially the way I'm seeing this is that it's a parallel, it's gonna have to be a parallel universe. So it's a parallel universe, and we have just like in this universe, the Dragon Ball universe, we have Goku being sent to Earth and bumping his head, forgetting where he is and all that stuff, and forgetting that he's bad and, you know, not destroying the Earth. We'll have a similar situation where in this parallel universe, the Saiyan known as Ichigo gets sent to Earth, and he also bumps his head maybe on the landing or something, and so he forgets that he's supposed to be there to destroy the planet as a baby. And so they take him out, the family takes him, and, you know, they find him, and, you know, they go ahead and they put him to school, and they try to make him have like a sort of like a normal life, but deep down he is a Saiyan. And that's kind of where our story, you know, starts. And then it goes into the normal stuff that Bleach had at the very beginning, where he becomes a substitute Soul Reaper for Rukia, and you know, he has to get his powers. He gets his Shinigami powers by, you know, going through that whole transformation and getting the Hollow, and then they go and try to rescue Rukia. But here's the thing, though. Here's where the differences begin. I do think that once he confronts Rukia's brother, that initial fight, I feel like he'd have a much stronger. He'd be stronger, basically. That Rukia's brother would not be able to keep up with him, because at that point, Ichigo has had a couple of life-risking, almost lethal blows, and so with that said, he is a lot stronger because he's a Saiyan. He's been almost killed, and so he's gone to the brink of death, and he's gotten a Zenkai boost, or I guess maybe in this context would be a soul pressure, spiritual pressure. That's what it was, spiritual pressure boost, and so he'd be stronger when he'd be fighting Rukia's brother. Also, the point where he becomes hollow, kind of, his hollow powers come out, I feel like in this sense that he would have more control over the hollow powers. He wouldn't let them ensnare him as much as they did when he was in regular Bleach. And mainly I have this to go off because Vegeta got basically, essentially, mind controlled by Babidi, and he still fought it. And with that was deliberate mind control. So I feel like a Hollow trying to take over, it wouldn't happen with a Saiyan. So Ichigo would have a firm grip and control on that. So the way he would fight him, he would fight Rukia's brother, he would defeat him, and then the same story would go on similarly with Aizen and all that stuff. Eventually they go to Orihime gets kidnapped. They go to Hueco Mundo to face off against Grimmjow and Ulquiorra and all those guys. And then that's when we see some real big transformation differences. I feel like in Ichigo will still have the same Bankai form, but here's the difference. Once he fights Ulquiorra, he goes into his demonic form, but that's when he rejects the demonic form, and the rejection of the demonic form, the hollow form, he goes into a Super Saiyan. He turns into a Super Saiyan for the first time, fighting Ulquiorra, and Ulquiorra is overwhelmed by the power that is a Super Saiyan. And so with that, he gets defeated, and eventually Ichigo faces off against Aizen. So instead of Ichigo defeating Aizen, losing all his Soul Reaper powers, I feel like Ichigo would transform, much like he does in the Bleach anime, but in this form he would be like a fusion between a Hollow and a Super Saiyan, and maybe in his Bankai form, so maybe you would call it like Super Saiyan Bankai or Super Saiyan Hollow, Super Saiyan Shinigami, whatever the hell you want to call it, and that's how he would defeat Aizen. So the real big differences by making Ichigo Super Saiyan is that not only does he have much more control over the Hollow form very, very early on, is that each almost lethal blow and fight that he's had, which he's had a lot of them throughout Bleach, let me tell you, like there are many, many times where things should have killed him, he'd be so much stronger, so much faster. Those are the two main things, plus we'd have to go into some of the things, like some of the backstories on he's a Saiyan and all this and all that, and you have to find out that planet Vegeta got destroyed, and you know that's gonna, you start fusing it together. I don't know, that's kind of my own take on it, guys. I figured that's the best I can really do by making Ichigo a Super Saiyan. Those are kind of the main differences I see. But let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this video and what your ideas. If you have any ideas for some weird kind of crossover, some epic fusions, let me know in the comment section below what those are. And also, what do you think would happen if Ichigo was a Super Saiyan? What would you think would be different? As always, let's go ahead and see if we get over 25 likes for this video. And thank you so much for watching. This is going to be Dragon Ball Black signing off.